And this is exactly why, like, I really don't care about Ethereum 2.0. I'm focused on these other assets that have the potential to not only become the next, Ethereum, but also even become bigger than Ethereum. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Xinfin Network, aka XDC. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So let's start off with, focusing on a little bit of the price action. So I'm recording this a little bit ahead of time, just to kind of give you guys a clear warning. But XDC has been breaking out on the 7-day span. It's up almost 30%. We are almost at 4 cents currently. I just want to give you guys a quick little warning. On the last 3 months, we are getting close to not only breaking up above a demand zone, going all the way back to around like the May timeframe, but we are getting close to some resistance zones as well on the yearly span. So just head into this in a little bit of a cautious area. Don't FOMO in when we are up, 30 plus percent. If you don't care about short term, price action, then hey, now might be the time to, just not care about price action and continue to DCA in. To me personally, I'm watching to see if we do retest this like almost 4 cent zone going all the way back to basically March of 2021. And if we do reject off of that, we will most likely retest about 3 cents exact, which is about a half a cent, from here down, which again, to most people doesn't matter, but I'm just going to give you guys my quick insight on that. But let's talk more so about this article that came out. It's more so talking about like scalability and a few updates that we have seen around the Xinfin ecosystem. More so the major shift within Xdpos 2.0. So as everyone is waiting for Ethereum 2.0, it's crazy to me that we are seeing a lot of individuals on Twitter flip bullish on Ethereum that has talked down on it for so long. Everyone in this market that I have like really kind of seen flip, I've stopped following them. I've stopped listening to them because I see it so often in this market now, where somebody's saying like, "Hey, this asset is this, that, whatever," and then the next day they're like, "You gotta, have a bag of this asset at least. If you're not supporting it, you're gonna miss out." It just doesn't make sense to pivot like that. That's why I always try to stay on course with everything that I do talk about. Because me personally, I don't even hold any Ethereum, and I really don't care to even hold Ethereum as well. I did, dabble in the Ethereum NFT scene for a little bit there, but it's just a market that I don't really care too much about. But down here we do see the Ethereum's blockchain and other top blockchain platform scalability issues have an inventive answer in the form of the XDC network. The 108 masternodes that make up the Xinfin delegated proof of stake Xdpos consensus architecture that powers the XDC network enables cheap transaction fees and 2-second transaction confirmation speeds. Innovative methods such as double validation staking via smart contracts and simple randomization procedures ensure security, stability, and a trustless ledger. Like I said, with these major moves, like Xdpos 2.0 has been released in testnet with a full year of beta testing necessary before the new protocol is scheduled to be implemented in the first quarter of 2023. Like I said, with innovations like this around a lot of these networks, why do we even care about Ethereum? Like, I understand that Ethereum has been one of the most utilized networks out there. It's 7 years old, it's dated, and a lot of these other new protocols and these new networks in general are quickly outpacing Ethereum for what it is technologically. I've said it time and time again, like, why support these, networks that are just not efficient? It's almost like the best way that I could describe it is in the words of Brad Garlinghouse. Um, he was talking more so about the financial system and how they basically put a Ferrari body on the engine of like a 1940s Ford. Like, sure, it looks great, but the underlying technology around it is garbage. And that's the same thing with like Ethereum 2.0. Like, what XDC is doing here in regards to like truly not only implementing new efficiencies around the network, which is already more technologically advanced than Ethereum, is they're continuously building on their efficiencies. They're continuously doing better every single day, every single month. Like they are absolutely killing it in regards to development and growth. But when we look at Ethereum with Ethereum 2.0, it's not solving any of the inefficiencies besides scalability. Like scalability is the only thing being solved. You're still going to have those very expensive, transactions. And honestly, I would argue that there's really not going to be that much difference besides scalability. It's still going to be Ethereum. It's still going to be inefficient. But more so, what I do focus on with XDC isn't, hey, is it better than Ethereum? No. What we talk more so about on this channel around XDC is digitization of trade documents and, more so just like actual documentation around like the financial scene. Specifically, we look at DDoc, right? DDoc is like the big thing here because this is fully digitizing trade documents as digital assets with XDC as a main power source around this. We do see down here the objective of the DNI initiative is to deliver new technology and legal options to digitize negotiable instruments. Whilst the underlying technology can be applied to any documentary flow, bank guarantees. This follows an approach which is similar to the one applicable for Bitcoin, where the underlying blockchain technical infrastructure is able to support various digital assets such as Ethereum, XDC, XRP, IOTA, etc. And they do talk more so about this. Now, this is a little bit of an older document. But the funny thing here is that we do see a quote from Andre Casterman where he does say, hybrid blockchain combines the strengths of both public and private state of the blockchain. This ensures that every transaction is private but still verifiable by an immutable record on the public state of blockchain, which is also why when we look at hybrid blockchain technology, aka Xinfin, it is going to be the key model around things like this in regards to like digitization of documentation. And they do go on to mention quite a bit around this, even in regards to like, digital notary using DLT, digital container secured with electronic signatures and stamps, technology integration and data storage privacy. And these are like some of the major use cases around XDC and Xinfin that we talk more so about that just don't get a lot of recognition because it's more so just kind of, digitization of documents in general. But there's quite a bit here to actually unpack. The funny thing is, though, is that we have seen some major announcements from Xinfin where we will see more institutional grade use cases being announced and demonstrated. For an example, going back in time, we did a video, I really do want to say that was like around like the fall timeframe. Like we're talking about the fall of 2021. And they announced this, ITFA, Porto 2022, which is going to be a meeting, more so like it's going to be like a webinar, if you will, where they talk about a lot more opportunities within payments, trade finance, and even much more around like the metaverse as well. There's going to be quite a bit to unpack here, but this is also going to be, there's going to be a lot more demonstrations of like institutional grade use cases. I don't think that they give us any insights on this, at least, from what I'm seeing here. But there's quite a bit of names here. So you do see XDC, Traded Token, Lloyds Bank, MITI, or MIDI, Citi as well, Trade Tech, Anigio, MetaBlocks. There's so many other names here as well. I don't believe that we're going to see. So we do see, putting transaction data to work. But that's basically it. But this is going to be on September 7th, 2022. I think that everybody should definitely be paying attention to that date specifically because there's going to be a lot more, of an insight on Xinfin, as well as like a lot more use cases that are going to be discussed around payments, trade finance, and even the metaverse are also going to be in discussion. I think that this is going to be a huge, move in the Xinfin network and ecosystem to really kind of give you guys an insight on where they are headed around these markets. But also, we did see a major update from, of course, the co-founder of Xinfin, where he did say, happy to contribute with Xinfin official ecosystem partner like StoreX Network, Go Plugin, Demo Finance, etc. to D2A2. Efforts will accelerate Dubai's digital transformation in the MENA region. And I told you guys also, make sure that you're keeping a close eye out on that MENA region with XRP. But yes, XDC is also disrupting that area. And we do see group to promote digital asset industry and support growth of companies in the sector. Dubai Chamber of Digital Economy, one of the 3 chambers operating under the umbrella of Dubai Chambers, has announced the formation of the Dubai Digital Assets Business Group D2A2, which aims to strengthen the digital asset industry's role in the economic development of the UAE and the wider Middle East region, enhance digital business infrastructure, and support the growth of digital companies in Dubai. Among the key objectives of the new business group are promoting the digital asset industry in Dubai, boost transparency through market intelligence and data, support the interest and growth of digital asset companies, and foster cross-border cooperation. So this is great to see, and we're going to see this accelerating the Dubai's digital transformation. I would argue that Xinfin is going to play a big role within that, more so centering around, again, like the main ones that we talk about on this channel within XDC, which is digitization of the trade documents. And also, remember, it's not just trade documents that are going to be fully disrupted by that. It can digitize any document. Go anywhere. Go into, go see your doctor for an example. Look at how much, paper documentation they have. Like, this is issues that we need to not only focus on, but it's also, things that will be fully disrupted within like the next 5 to 10 years. And I know that that is crazy to think about, like 5 to 10 years, but I'm talking about like mass adoption of digitization within the actual documentation area. To me, I think that when we look at XDC, we're not going to have to wait 5 to 10 years to see like life-changing gains or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying like mass adoption within that specific category is going to take a little bit of time to actually fully see realized. And also over here, talking more so about the TFDI, XDC, Future of Trade Distribution, TFDI, Trade Finance, Regulatory Pressure / Client Needs. Shout out to CryptoNair D for this, but we do see the future of trade distribution. The secondary trade space is getting increasingly digital, and new funders are discovering the benefits of the asset class with much enthusiasm. The regulatory trends, as well as pressing client needs, in particular on the SME side, are determining the future of the space, as depicted on the below chart. And just so that you guys can see this real quick, now this is with Casterman Advisory with ITFA and TFDI, which are big players again around the Xinfin ecosystem. But we do see down here like regulatory trends as well as client needs determine the future of trade distribution. Basel IV. Upcoming Basel IV regulations make holding trade finance assets on balance sheets punitive for banks. And we do see, client needs SME financing, trade finance gap of USD $1.5 trillion further expanding following pandemic. I tell you guys on a daily basis that XDC is going to be an absolute giant. Yeah, I mean, like this at 3.5 cents, I don't even care about this at 3.5 cents. There is so much more here. In regards to like this price action is nothing compared to where this thing is headed. Think about the all-time chart, right? We hit almost 20 cents, and trust me, that was huge because you go look at the prices around like the March time frame or even like the summertime for this thing. It was sitting at about like 1 cent, not even a fraction of a cent, half a cent. So this did some incredible moves during the last bull run. But going forward, I really do believe that this thing is going to be something special. And I honestly can tell you right now that when we look at XDC and you look at like XRP, the market cap moves, this thing could easily do, we're looking at like a 50 to 100 to even higher X opportunity run if we're comparing like XDC to other major, layer 1 networks or even other, major assets on the top 10 list. That XDC, or I should say Xinfin, are not only outpacing technologically, but also just out developing and out building. They're doing some pretty hefty moves. And also for anybody who is wondering like how do you buy XDC, you could buy this on Gate.io, KuCoin, Bittrex, and there's a few other major ones here as well. Bitrue is the one that I personally utilize, but you can get this on like many of these other exchanges as well. I know it's on Uphold, but I just don't really care to utilize Uphold. If you guys do want to use my Bitrue sign up link, though, you guys are more than welcome to utilize that down in the description below, in the comments below. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.